There was this whole debate with Jennifer Love Hewitt recently, for the updated version of I Know What You Did Last Summer. She was on the red carpet, and she's a thick mama now. She's a thicker mama now. So there was like three different debates going on, from the white guy perspective, the white female perspective, and the black male perspective. So let's tackle all three. So from the white guy perspective, there was white dudes that was saying that she was fat. And it's like, she is not that fat. She is like, she's super curvy now. She's a thick mama now. Listen, man, she's a little bit older now. She's had a few kids. Like, none of us, let's be honest, none of us are who we were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. I never thought I would have all this gray hair in my beard. I remember like 20 years ago, I was looking in the mirror and I saw a little gray hair at the top of my head. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I plucked it out. It's like, oh, that's disgusting. Now I got all this gray. None of us are who we were in our 30s or 20s or even sometimes even early 50s. Like, we're all different. Some of it's weight, some of it's gray hair, like some of us lost hair. Like, none of us are where we were. So when these white dudes was like, oh, she's fat, it's like, she's not fat, man. Life happens. But she still looks good. Listen, man, there are women, if you see the hips on Jennifer Love Hewitt, there's women who go to almost kill themselves going to Brazil to get a BBL or a hip or whatever they do to their hips. They make their hips stand out like that. Like that almost looks fake. The way that she's built. And there's women who pay money for that. So nah, man, she's not fat. She's just a thick mama now. So white guys who's quick to calling women fat, ease up on that. You don't want people calling your mama fat. Like, I remember my mom was like a size 4 before I was born. And then she had me, and then she had my brother. And she didn't pick up too much weight, but she knew what she knew how she was built before. And there was so many beautiful dresses she couldn't wear no more because she went up a size, like 2 sizes. And it was hard on my mom. I think it's hard on women when you have a couple of kids and you know what you look like. You know what you look like. So come on, man. So women deal enough on their own when they pick up weight and they try to get it off. You don't think she was working out like crazy? She knew she had this premiere coming. You don't think she was working out to make sure she looks good for this premiere? And again, she looks good. So white guys, ease up on the fat thing. I know it's not all y'all, because some of y'all like a thick chick, but at least ease up on the fat thing. Now, on the opposite side, we have white females. White females were kind of like, oh no, she's just as beautiful now. She looks just as good in that now as she did 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Like I said before, we're all different than we were 10, 15 years ago. I remember Jennifer Love Hewitt on the covers of Maxim and stuff. I remember her even as recently as the Client List. That's prime thick Jennifer, like the Ghost Whisperer and the Client List. That's the definition of prime thick Jennifer Love Hewitt. And probably when she went to premieres back then, man, dudes was probably falling over themselves, opening up the door, laughing at all her jokes, giving her flowers, offering her trips. Like, she was probably, at her peak, she was probably pushing dudes away. It's like, oh, thank you. No. She knew how she was 20 some odd years ago. So I understand why white women are saying this, because they're all about female empowerment. And it's like, you should embrace who you are no matter your size and your age. So I totally understand it. And she should embrace who she is now. She's a thick mama now. But to say that she's exactly how she was 15, 20, 10 years ago, she's not. But like I said, none of us are. But she still looks good. So I understand white females and some other females trying to protect her, where these guys over here were saying like she was fat, and they were insane for saying that she's the same as she was 10 years ago. She's not. But again, none of us are. Which brings us to black men. So black men come riding up on their horse. It's like, my God, she's so thick. But black men just jumping on the Jennifer Love Hewitt train. You're late. Where were you? She made a film back in the day with Gene Hackman and Sigourney Weaver. It was fantastic. I forget the name of it. Because her and Sigourney played a mother-daughter team. And they were con women. And it was great. Man, I'm sure Gene Hackman had the time of his life on that set. I was like back in 2001. That was a really good movie. So go check out. It's Gene Hackman, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Sigourney Weaver. Really good film. Con movie, comedy. Fantastic. And then before that, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's when the sexiness part of Jennifer Love Hewitt popped up with her in the water. And she's like, what do you want from us? And she had her tight shirt on. And that's when the sex symbol thing started. So that started like around 97, 98, when the first I Know What You Did Last Summer came out. And she was on that sexy train from now until way through the client list. Like, that was a long train. So for black men who just jumping on board, hey, you late to the party. But welcome aboard. You got the mama thick Jennifer Love Hewitt now. So, but that's the thing, man. Black men don't call women like that fat. Like, you know, a lot of times, the women that some white dudes call fat, black dudes are kind of like, nah, man, she's just thick and curvy. There's nothing wrong with that. Latin dudes are like that. And even some white guys are like that. So yeah, black men, we all love a curvy chick. Yeah, because sometimes when I see a gal and she looks cute, but man, she's all straight up and down and no hips and no butt or no anything. It's like, wow. She's built like a boy. She's built like a dude. Like, God bless her, but she's just straight up and down, which is nothing wrong. Some guys like a real petite women with no curves. Black men like curves. Even if you're slim thick, black men love curves. So black men is kind of like in the middle, like where white women's like, oh, you're perfect as you are. And white guys are like, oh, she's fat. Black men is like, we just like them thick. So if you're new to the Jennifer Love Hewitt train, welcome aboard, gents. But yeah, so we got to stop with this whole thing calling someone fat, man. Like, again, none of us are where we were. Some of us have less hair. Some of us have gray hair. Some of us picked up weight. It happens all the time. And that's in the beauty industry, to be honest, the beauty industry capitalized on that, where they convince women, well, you need some Botox, or some lip injections, or some breast implants, or a BBL. Like they kind of feed into that, you know. Even though the comments some of these dudes said was horrible, I think the cosmetic industry and the beauty industry is just as bad, because they're kind of convincing women, well, you're not perfect as you were. Why don't you need a little enhancement? Oh, you're getting little wrinkles around the eyes. Why don't you get some Botox on your eyes? Oh, your lips are a little bit thin. Why don't you inject your lips with something to kind of plump them up? Oh, you're kind of flat chested. Well, you know, because I got this thing about what's it, ballet boobs now, or dancer boobs now, where women are not getting the big breasts like Pamela Anderson once did. They're kind of more like dancer's breasts, which is kind of smaller. So even that, it's like, oh, you still need implants. It's like, no, like, I like women as they are. There's women I know who had big breasts and they were flat in the back. And there's women I know who had a butt that looked like a BBL, but it was completely natural, but they're small on top. And guess what, ladies? Regardless of what you may think, if a guy's with you, he loves you for whatever reason. It could be for your butt, your breasts, your eyes, your voice, your lips. It could be for anything, your hair. Like, it could be anything. It could be your personality. So when guys tell you, I think women, you need to listen to guys. When guys say to you, and he really loves you, and he says, hey, you're perfect as you are. I love you. You don't have to change anything. I wouldn't be here if I didn't love you, or I didn't care for you, or I didn't find you desirable and sexy. Believe them. You might not believe them, because they might go to the strip club, or they might say, oh my God, I love Beyonce, or I love Sydney Sweeney. They might be lusting after some unattainable woman they can't get, but it doesn't mean they don't appreciate your body. So what do you guys think about the Jennifer Love Hewitt debate? The fat comment was over the top. The thick comment is just right. Saying like she's beautiful as she was, I understand the meaning of it, but once again, none of us are who we were back then. Shout out to Jennifer Love Hewitt. Go watch the original I Know What You Did Last Summer, and go watch I Still Know What You Did Last Summer with Brandy and Omar Epps' good films. I'm not sure about this new one. I think it did okay, but it doesn't hold the candle to the original with Jennifer and Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Phillippe and Freddie Prinze Jr. I salute y'all. And go watch that film with Gene Hackman and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Or The Client List. Or The Ghost Whisperer. All the hits. Shout out to J Love.